you and look at you. I'm glad that they chose us. Cause man, it's a mission trying to fight to the finish, just seeing my finish on my worst behavior. No? They used to never want to hear us. Remember? Motherfucker never loved us. Remember? Motherfucker.
Oh, remember? Remember when these four made the postseason? Talk about that in a little bit. Podcast number 4, week 10. On the line, as always, GM Team Brawmiller. Keith, what's up?
What's up, Hammer Time?
Not too much. Sounded crystal clear tonight. That's great.
Yeah, we got some technology improvements this week. We're getting more polished here in this podcast.
Oh yeah, getting our high technology on. This week's trivia question is: who will win the title this year? Answer at the end of the show. We don't have much tonight. We're going to get into it quick. We're going to keep moving. Last week's games: Buffalo Wing Dip took out me, the Hamburglers, 129-83. Moves Wing Dip to 3-6. I didn't top 100 points again. And I just want to say a thank you to John Conway for putting up 69 points this week, so I don't feel like a total asshole. Thanks, Conway. He lost to the Fortes 123-69. The Fortes run their winning streak to 3 games and a 6-3 record. And that brings us to a huge win for the Cougar Slayers. They took down Team Goodnow, bringing both to 6-3, 1 game out of first. And that is because on the line, Team Brawmiller sits at 7-2 after a 55-point victory, 159-104. It was the highest score of the week. How many high scores is that for you now, Keith?
That'll be 5.
That's 5 in 9 weeks. Fuck you, dude.
One might say I'm playing with house money.
Well, that's officially correct, right? It's $25 a week.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know because I've never gotten it, but that sounds like fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been good.
No doubt. Well, the last game of last week that we're going to talk about was a costly one for Balls Deep because they fell to Orton Here's a Jack and Coke 152-128, and it brings them to 5-4 in that smelly 5th position. Tom Brady stayed hot for the cakes. He scored 38, but the crazy thing is that they actually have Roethlisberger also.
Yeah, I saw that. Would Ben have 51 points on the bench?
50-0 out of the quarterback. It wouldn't have made the difference. He won anyway, so he did it. And Brady still put up 38, but it's kind of selfish to have both of them. And I got to say, this team's still alive. They're 3 games out of a playoff spot. I think they need to trade one of these guys.
Yeah, they got some. Definitely been doing some good work picking up some talent.
And if I were them, I would trade them to the Cougar Slayers. Because the Cougar Slayers are thin at QB, but they're stacked with trade value. If I were John, I'd be picking up the phone. Yeah, which is the reason I'm talking about that. I tried to make a move on Rob Gronkowski this week. Offered Dan Short, T.Y. Hilton straight up for Gronk. We couldn't come to a resolution, but what are you going to do? Gronk is the most dominant player in fantasy right now, I think.
He's pretty good. I think as long as he can keep his stay out of Vegas and keep his nose on the grindstone through the playoff stretch here, he's a pretty powerful player.
Yeah, I think he's the biggest matchup at any one position, so he stays healthy. So question for you, Keith. If these 4 gentlemen, I'm talking about Rich Burns, Dan Short, Bob Clifford, John Wadsworth, Ric Flair, if they're in a WWF style format, who's coming out on top?
Wow, that's a good one. I mean, just looking at that picture, I can pretty much size up the fight. I think you have to go with the heavyweights in this matchup. And I think we look at Rich Burns and Dan Short, and I don't know. Dan Short looks pretty damn confident in that picture.
He does look pretty confident. Now, Burns has got a nice bulge going in that photo.
Yeah, he's looks like he's had some time in those shorts before, so yeah, don't underestimate the experience factor, but I'm going with Dan Short here.
You know, he may be what they call a shower, not a grower. But yeah, Dan Short does look pretty good in this picture. That's funny. So next week, coming up this week, I should say, we got some key games across the league. To be honest with you, I really haven't even looked at this, but I did notice that Team Bromiller at 7-2. Keith, you got the Cougar Slayers this week, and you're off to a slow 4-point start.
Yeah, I think definitely was hoping to get a little bit more out of Cincy's offense last night. I don't know what happened. I didn't watch the game, but 3 points
It,
out of
it was
Cincinnati.
gross. It was
Yeah,
gross. Andy
doesn't sound
Dalton
like I
played
missed much from my game perspective.
good. No, you definitely didn't. Yeah, Jeremy Hill scores 4 points, 12 carries for 55 yards,
Yep. Yeah, I
one
didn't think
catch
he
for
was.
6, and he fumbled. So
Yep. Yeah, I didn't think
good
he was
stuff
going to be
all
an
around.
quite their every week player yet, but I had to give him the nod because of last week's performance.
So an interesting thing about your opponent this week, it looks like Dan Short will not start a kicker. In what may be one of the bigger games of this season, it looks like he's viewing the Eagles D is a defense he doesn't want to drop because obviously he's not going to drop Goskowski and he didn't want to take 2 kickers, it looks like. So
Yeah.
you may be, that 4 points might be negated right there.
Yeah, I'm looking at his bench. His bench is pretty solid with 4 guys on bye. But yeah, I think this is going to be an important game for him. I don't think he wants to leave anything behind on this one.
I agree with you. I actually just realized I might as well do this. Okay, yeah, let's check out the other games here. We've got WD Forte riding that 3-game win streak we've been talking about. They get Call Me the Breeze, who had Terrence West go for 15 last night.
Yeah,
Um,
both those Cleveland backs had some nice fantasy points last night.
yeah, 94 yards and a touchdown. Not bad for West. Rich has to be happy with that, though. Too bad he didn't get 6 more yards in that bonus point. Hopefully that doesn't prove costly, but yeah, the Fortes look like they're back at full strength. They're looking pretty good here, and they get Josh Gordon next week. So they'll be out Eric Decker, Jordy Nelson, Josh Gordon, probably, and that's a pretty nice 3 wide set.
Yep.
Okay. Team Conway 6, Buffalo Wing Dip 3-6. I guess 2 people care about this game. Looks pretty close. Gonna move on. Team Good Now 6-3
I think I think I,
gets.
th- I think one comment to make that even though Conway made this year, they're a winning member in the Conway family. Give a shout out to Gene Conway, the new sheriff in town.
Ho, money, Conway. Impressive stuff indeed.
Yeah.
Big ups to the head of police. Okay, yeah, that was definitely worth it. So we've got Team Good Now 6-3 taking on a pretty impressive 3-6 Orton Here's a Jack and Coke team, but they only got 4 out of 6. New. Lucky for them, AJ Green only
Greenhold,
got
yeah.
5 on the other side.
Yep.
It's a wash. Wow, look at Wadsworth's bench. Edelman, McKinnon, Hopkins, Brady, Allen, LaFell, all on bye.
Yeah.
And the other guy he's got on his bench, Giovanni Bernard, is out. So all hands on deck, as they say. In the last game of this week, we got me. Looks like I got a good chance to break 100 this week. against Balls Deep, who had Ben Tate at 13 last night as the Cleveland running backs continue to perform. I like my chances this week. I got Megatron back. Thank God. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it when you break 100.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. Uh, okay, so what else is going on with you, Keith? Anything? You got any league announcements?
No, no, I mean it's week 10, last money for the weekly high score, so
Oh, shit,
I hope
right, I forgot about that.
hope we can steal one more. I'm not gonna say that'd be the icing on the cake this year. But yeah, good. S- Curious to see how this week shapes up. Might have that second place take a little bit form. Right now, it's wide open.
Yeah, it's open. I'm curious to see how they're going to shake out. Do you have any guesses on the trivia question? Who will win the league title this season?
Well, I feel like I should be excluded from answering that question because I've pretty much answered that every week. But
I'm sorry. That's the wrong answer. Um, the winner of the championship
I'm curious to
this year
hear yours.
will be the Cougar Slayers. They're stacked at every position. They have Gronk, and they have the easiest schedule the rest of the way. If
Yeah,
they beat you this week, they don't play a team better than 3-6 the rest of the season.
yeah. I
No
mean,
one's.
I would definitely like to notch one another win over Dan this regular season, and hopefully one of the other turds beats him too. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's
we'll
got an
see.
easy road though.
Yeah, well, I'm one of those turds, and I'm about to heat up. They can go to hell. All right, man. Always good to check in with you. Have a good weekend.
All right, man. You too.
All right, take it easy. I'll see you next week.
All right, later.
Bitch, you better have my money when I come for the shit like ODB. On my worst behavior, no? They used to never want to hear us. Remember? Motherfucker never loved us. Remember? Motherfucker. Remember? Motherfucker.